Hey there, welcome to Living in Lansing, Michigan, where we talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between regarding life in Lansing and the greater mid-Michigan area. Before I forget, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications by hitting the little bell down below. So today we're going to jump in and talk about home of the Michigan State Spartans. That's right, East Lansing, Michigan. I'm going to take you on a tour around Google Maps and show you everything that East Lansing has to offer. So buckle up, let's go. And before we finish, I'm going to tell you the top 3 reasons people might be choosing to move to East Lansing, Michigan. And one of them is for sure Michigan State. So let's take a look. All right, let's jump in and let's grab a tour of East Lansing, Michigan. We're going to start with the number one reason that people are probably moving to East Lansing, and that's Michigan State University, and go Spartans. Michigan State University is bordered on the north by M43, and M43 is also known as Grand River Avenue. We can see here, that's the main drag going along the north side of campus, and then East Michigan Avenue. And Harrison here is a north-south road, which is kind of the western border of campus. And off of Harrison, we have access all the way down into South Campus. And the south part of campus for Michigan State is a bunch of agricultural land. You can see here we have the Dairy Cattle Teaching and Research Building. And as we scroll across here, we've got the Beef Cattle Teaching and Research, the Beef Cow Calf Teaching and Research. Well, a lot of this is because Michigan State University is a land-grant university. It's quite old, more than 150 years ago the university was established. We have programs both in agriculture and sciences. It's also the #1 teaching training school in the country, with a population of about 50,000 plus or minus total students, about 40,000 of them being undergrads, with another 10,000 being graduate students, postdoctoral, things of that nature. Michigan State University is absolutely the #1 draw here in East Lansing. You can see that it takes up a large portion of what we consider to be East Lansing. Let me show you the outline of East Lansing here on the map. This whole lower area south of M43 Grand River Avenue, the majority of that's Michigan State University land, and down here we have some more of those fields that is owned by the university. Again, Michigan State University Pavilion. Here is where they run animal and livestock shows, education events for local kids and schools. There's a lot of cool stuff to do there. So zooming us back out, that's attraction #1 and the #1 thing bringing people specifically to East Lansing, Michigan State University and the Spartans. I want to point out a couple of attractions that are on Michigan State University's campus, but aren't just higher education related. Probably first and foremost, Spartan Stadium. That's where Michigan State football plays. It's a good sized stadium. It does not compare to the big house down in Ann Arbor. Not far from Spartan Stadium, we have the Breslin Center. That's where they play basketball. And just outside the Breslin Center, something important would be the Magic Johnson statue. If we zoom in close enough, we'll get it here on Google Maps. Just a fun landmark. Let's cruise over and out of the sports area to the other side of campus, and right off of Grand River Avenue, we have the Broad Art Museum. Eli and Edith Broad Art Museum is a very modern looking from the outside art museum. Contemporary art and art shows go through there. And the last thing I want to point out with Michigan State and the campus itself is probably one of your top opportunities to see a show or take in a concert. Edit this part out as necessary until I find what I need. So the last thing to touch on here with Michigan State campus is probably the Wharton Center. I'll jump into here and show you. Wharton Center is located on campus, but it's a performing arts center where they're hosting plays and concerts. Everything from Wicked to musical numbers and other events where you can get tickets ranging from maybe $30 all the way up to many hundreds of dollars. But that's all wrapped into Michigan State University. So I'm going to zoom us back out, and you can see that Michigan State University, the number one draw to East Lansing, is also the biggest chunk of East Lansing as a city. So as we move north from campus, we're going to cross over Grand River Avenue. And when we do, we're going to probably get into the number 2 draw for people moving to East Lansing. And those are people coming here for the schools, highly ranked schools here in East Lansing. And so if we come down here on Bircham, we'll first run into East Lansing High School. East Lansing schools are routinely ranked number 2 or 3 in the mid-Michigan area. Just down the road from East Lansing High School and across Hagedorn, we're going to run into McDonald Middle School. That's the one middle school here in East Lansing. Right across from McDonald Middle School, we have one of the numerous elementary schools, Marble Elementary. And as of 2023, 24, and 25, the elementary schools are all being rebuilt in East Lansing. Right across from Marble also is a preschool child development center, not related to the school district. As we go up Hagedorn and we cross over the Saginaw Highway, we'll come to Lake Lansing Road and another one of our elementary schools, Donley Elementary. And as we head west down East Lake Lansing Road, we'll arrive at White Hills Elementary School. White Hills backs up to one of the parks in East Lansing, which we're going to come back and touch on in a minute, because East Lansing has a fantastic outdoor recreation system, trails, parks, and lots to do outside, especially when the weather's great. There's a couple other schools that we'll touch on quickly. As we come back over here to Harrison Road, you have Glencairn Elementary School. That's probably the closest one physically to the university, as the university is just another block and a half south. And as we zoom back out, we'll take in all of East Lansing. Cut this part as necessary. All right, so continuing our tour of East Lansing, one of the big things to point out here is East Lansing's contiguous with the city of Lansing, also Meridian Township, where we find Okemos and Hazlet. So it puts it right in the middle of the greater Lansing / mid-Michigan area. So job market is really strong in East Lansing, and primarily that's because of Michigan State University, but also because it allows people to live in East Lansing and easily commute to some of the other bigger employers in the area. So you can see here we're in East Lansing, but we're a quick drive over into downtown Lansing, and that's where the capital of Michigan is. So you can see there's the Michigan State Capitol. We're about a 10-minute drive down Michigan Avenue into East Lansing. When we drive the other way, we find ourselves in Okemos, and we can cross the 96 highway about 15 minutes the other direction, and right here is one of our other big employers, Jackson Financial, Jackson National Life. So a big draw of East Lansing, Michigan State University, not just because of the education, but because of the jobs that it provides, and also because of the location of East Lansing, we can get to other local big employers quite easily. We're also really well connected into the freeway system. The 127 freeway here, which becomes the 496, provides easy access to the 96 freeway system, which will take us back to Detroit and Ann Arbor, and the 69 interstate, which takes us northeast to Flint and to Saginaw. And as we take 96 west of town, we'll eventually find ourselves in Grand Rapids. And as we take 69 south and west, we'll find ourselves crossing over the 94 interstate, which then leads between Detroit and Chicago. So we take 69, we connect into 94 for Battle Creek and Kalamazoo, and then on down towards Benton Harbor and around the lake to Chicago. So back to East Lansing. The convenient location of East Lansing makes it a popular area. Michigan State University is a big draw for employment, also for activities, sports, Division I football and basketball. concerts at the Wharton Center. All right, so as we zoom into downtown East Lansing, we're going to find that the majority of our restaurants and our nightlife is built around the university, as you can imagine, and that stretch of Grand River Avenue, that's our north border of Michigan State campus. So I'm going to take you on a quick tour as we drive down Grand River Avenue. You'll see just how many restaurants and shops line Grand River Avenue, and then Albert Street, which is the next block north. Hotels, restaurants, shops galore, bars, and night spots for those, especially in college. Cut this as needed. All right, so as we look more at East Lansing, we've got Michigan State University as our big draw. We've got this strong jobs market based around the university and the close location and easy access to get to Lansing and some of the other big employers in mid-Michigan. We've got a school district that's really accessible to people who live in town, that has highly ranked schools. And I think maybe really important to a lot of people who live in Michigan or are considering a move to Michigan, we've got a great outdoor activity area. We've got parks, we've got trail systems, we've got lakes and rivers. So I'm going to zoom in and show you a few of these areas where you may choose to spend your time running or walking, playing at the park with your dog or with the kids, or otherwise enjoying the beautiful weather outdoors that we have in Michigan about 8 or 9 months out of the year. Right through campus runs the Red Cedar River. And as we zoom out of the Red Cedar River, we see that it cuts across campus and then continues in East Lansing and then into Meridian Township in Okemos. Well, right here off of Hagedorn on campus is the Sanford Natural Area. And on the other side of Hagedorn Road, we get into private land, so not so much access to the river. Back on the other side of campus, the river snakes behind the ball fields on Michigan State, so the baseball and softball field, and then the soccer complex. And then it goes right behind the Kellogg Center, which is the conference center that Michigan State owns on campus. Zoom in even further, we can see the MSU River Trail across campus, which allows for running, walking, and biking. But that trail system also links up off of campus. You can see here it runs into a local park in East Lansing along the river, and then that connects, as you see here, to the Lansing River Trail system, which is massive. All combined, East Lansing Meridian Township and Lansing River Trail system, there are hundreds of miles of trails, both gravel and paved, for walking, biking, jogging, whatever it is you may look to do outdoors. In addition, East Lansing has really nice public parks. I'm going to take you up to the East Lansing Hannah Community Center, located just about a 5-minute walk north of campus. The East Lansing Community Center provides all the things that you'd expect in a local community center, ability to rent rooms, things of, cut all this garbage. At the community center, you're going to find opportunities to rent a room or participate in another community event. And out front, there are fields that can be used, sometimes reserved, other times just show up. There'll be kids out playing soccer. Not far from the East Lansing Hannah Community Center, we have one of the largest parks in East Lansing, Patriarch Park. Patriarch Park sits on Saginaw Highway and Alton Road, and there are ball fields, walking trails, playground equipment, things of that nature. As we look at the overhead of Patriarch Park, you can see how we have our 4 softball, baseball diamonds. We have a large playground area and lots of natural area there for walking, throwing the stick for the dog, whatever it may be that you like to do. Zooming back out, we can go up into the White Hills neighborhood, and behind the White Hills neighborhood is the Albert A. White Memorial Park. There's another large city park that backs up to the White Hills Elementary School we talked about earlier, and is connected in with the trail system. If we zoom in here, you can see that we have the trail system here running through this park, and that it continues, loops in the park, and then comes out and connects to the Lansing River Trail system. Cut all this part. Now, not located directly in the city of East Lansing, but nearby in Meridian Township, areas known as Okemos and Hazlet, we have more parks that link back into the East Lansing trail system. Nancy Moore Park is maintained by Meridian Township, but you can again see the trails here that connect. Those trails connect to the East Lansing trail system, which connects to the Lansing trail system. Moreover, within about 10 or 15 minute drive of East Lansing, you're going to find numerous parks, nature centers, and preserved areas where you can walk. For example, just across the border into Lansing, we've got Crego Park, which features a lake for kayaking, canoeing, fishing. Right across the street from Crego Park, we have the Fenner Nature Center. These are all just off of the MSU campus. Moving the other direction into Meridian Township, we have the Harris Nature Center, which is on the banks of the Red Cedar River. We have Ted Black Woods Park here in Meridian Township. We have the Williamson Township Community Park. Again, just a couple of miles east of East Lansing, we'll find ourselves in Meridian Township. We have Ted Black Woods Park. And Ted Black Woods Park connects off of Van Natta Road and all the way back to Grand River. So as you can see, there are lots of parks, there's lots of trails, there are lots of options for walking, biking, jogging, running, whatever it is you'd like to do outdoors, and they all connect in with local communities. East Lansing is kind of the hub of that. As we head north, we'll find ourselves in Lake Lansing, that's in the Hazlet community, but again, just about 5 minutes from East Lansing. This is the largest lake in the area. It's an all-sports lake. You'll find Lake Lansing Park South, where you can rent pavilions and barbecue grills, play beach volleyball, or hang out on the beach of the lake. And on the north side of the lake, there is a boat launch, public boat launch, where you can go motorboating, wakeboarding. And then on the east side of Lake Lansing, we have Lansing Sailing Club, where if you'd like to take sailing lessons, you can rent a sailboat and learn how to sail. So again, not directly in East Lansing, but just 5 minutes away. And as you've seen us scrolling around the map here, you may have noticed that there are a lot of golf courses here in East Lansing and the Mid-Michigan area. So don't forget that if you like to golf, this is a great place to golf, and it's quite affordable actually. There's a driving range and a golf course on the south side of campus. Forest Acres East Golf Course, and across the street it's here as well. So you can see there's all of our holes on the campus golf course. And then in East Lansing we have a couple other golf courses, but close by in the surrounding communities we have numerous golf courses. Like here just across the border into Okemos, we have College Fields, which is a large golf course with a community of homes built in it over the last 5 to 10 years. And if we go north into Hazlet, you will find Lake of the Hills, which is a community built around, as you guessed it, a lake and also a golf course. Close by, we have other golf courses, so you can see that we have a lot of options for golfing here in the mid-Michigan area and within East Lansing itself, or within a 5 to 10 minute drive from East Lansing. Last, I want to take you up to what I consider probably to be one of the premium golf courses in all of East Lansing. And there's two options here. There's the Eagle Eye, and then there's the Falcon Golf Course. Eagle Eye is here north of State Road. And just south of State Road is another housing development and the Falcon Golf Course. So that kind of rounds out a summary of golf courses in the East Lansing area. So let's wrap this up. In East Lansing, we've got the big employer, Michigan State University, which is our number one draw. Number two, people are moving to East Lansing for the school districts. Scratch that. Number two, people are moving to East Lansing because they're looking to put kids into East Lansing public schools, which are highly ranked, some of the most highly ranked schools in all of Michigan, and usually ranked number 2 or 3 in all of mid-Michigan. Number 3 reason people may be moving here is we have a really strong jobs market, mainly built around the university, and then also easy access to the other big employers in the area. The Capital, Jackson National, GM, Auto Owners Insurance, a couple others. And then maybe the last reason people would be moving to East Lansing and the mid-Michigan area in general is we have great outdoor life. We have parks and trails, we have rivers and lakes. There's a lot to do out here There's a lot to do in the East Lansing area out of doors. We've got lakes and rivers, great trail system for walking, jogging, biking, taking the kids out. We have numerous parks. We have city and state parks nearby, and easy access to the freeways to get us around to all the things that people want to do in the out of doors. The weather here is great about 8 or 9 months out of the year, so a lot of people are spending time outdoors, and you can see just how many opportunities there are to enjoy that. So as we wrap up our tour of East Lansing, just remember a lot of this town is built around the university and university life. There's also a lot more there than just the university. Thanks so much for coming on this tour of East Lansing with me. So that's a wrap on our map tour of East Lansing. And like I said, I give you the top 3 reasons to move to East Lansing, and I'm going to give you a bonus 4th reason. But first and foremost, Michigan State University, the Spartans, a Research 1 university playing Division I sports with everything that comes with university and college town life right here in mid-Michigan. So number 1 reason, Michigan State University. Number 2, a lot of people are moving here for top-ranked schools. East Lansing School District is number 2, number 3 in the mid-Michigan area year after year after year. So a lot of people are choosing East Lansing because they're going to be able to put their kids in really highly ranked public schools. And number 3, there's a great jobs market here. Why is there a great jobs market? Well, we've got the university, which is a huge employer, and we've also got close proximity to other big employers like the state of Michigan, General Motors, Jackson National Life, and others. And for that bonus 4th reason people may be choosing to move to East Lansing, we're close to really great outdoors. There's an amazing trail system, amazing park system. We've got rivers running through town. There's just a lot to do outdoors. And for about 9 months out of the year, the weather is either really nice or at least temperate enough to spend time outdoors. So that's the 4th bonus reason people may choose to move to East Lansing. I hope you have enjoyed this map tour. Remember, if you haven't already, like and subscribe and turn on notifications for our channel. Live in Lansing.